Stepfather's harassment backfires with family justice. When my mom married Tony, I was 15. He came into our lives like a savior. At least that's how my mother saw it. After years of struggling on her own, working double shifts to keep us afloat, Tony was her miracle. He had a stable job, a charming smile, and the ability to make people feel like everything was okay. But behind closed doors, he wasn't charming. He was calculating. Watching. Always watching me. It started small, 2 small compliments on how I was blossoming, inappropriate jokes that he passed off as humor. Then lingering stares, brushing past me too closely in the hallway, and finding excuses to be alone with me. I told my mom once, quietly, carefully. She said I was imagining it. Said Tony was just trying to bond. I stopped telling her after that. But I didn't stop keeping records. I started writing everything down, every word, every look, every incident. Dates, times, what he said, where it happened. I also hid a voice recorder under my bed. It was cheap, but it worked. I captured audio of him trying to tuck me in one night when Mom was working late. He didn't touch me, not quite. But his words, his breath, the disgusting way he whispered how pretty I was, it was enough. I backed up the files on a USB drive and buried it inside my biology textbook's hollowed pages. I wasn't going to let him win. I was biding my time. My mom was an only child, but I wasn't alone. I had 3 uncles, her cousins, technically, but they'd always been like older brothers to her, and uncles to me. Uncle Ray, the ex-Marine. Uncle Dave, the quiet one who ran his own hardware shop. And Uncle Sam, the loudest and funniest, who worked construction and could break a cinder block with one hand. They used to be around all the time, but after Tony came into the picture, my mom slowly pulled away from them. I always found that strange. One day, I took a chance. During a rare Sunday barbecue at Uncle Dave's place, I pulled Ray aside. Uncle Ray, if I told you something bad was happening at home, would you believe me? His face changed. Instantly, his jaw tightened and his soldier instincts kicked in. Is it Tony? He asked, voice low. I nodded. I didn't cry. I didn't have to. The look in his eyes said everything. Tell me everything. That night, I brought the USB and the journal to Uncle Ray's place. Uncle Dave and Uncle Sam were there too. I showed them the recordings, the journal entries, the screenshots of texts Tony had sent me while pretending they were accidental. Each man went from quiet disbelief to boiling rage within minutes. That bastard, Uncle Sam growled. I knew something was off with him. Always got a bad vibe. We can't go straight to the cops yet, Ray said, ever the strategist. He's smart. He'll deny everything. We need more. Solid, airtight proof. So we set up a plan. Hidden cameras, traps, a few staged situations. My uncles made sure I was never alone, but we let Tony think I was. And sure enough, he slipped up. The final straw came 2 weeks later. My mom had a girls' night out that Tony encouraged her to attend. He volunteered to stay home and look after the house. I stayed in my room, pretending to sleep. The camera, well hidden in a bookshelf, captured everything. The creak of my door, his footsteps, his low whisper, "Are you awake, sweetheart?" And then, his hand, reaching toward the blanket. Before he could touch me, Uncle Ray kicked the door open. Get your hands off her, you sick freak. Tony jumped back like he'd been struck. The lights flipped on. Uncle Sam and Dave stood behind Ray, blocking every exit. What are you doing here? Tony stammered, panic setting in. We could ask you the same damn thing, Dave said, holding up the camera. Tony's eyes went wide when he saw the lens blinking. Ray shoved him against the wall. Not hard, but enough to make it clear he wasn't in control anymore. You've been caught. On video. On audio. You're done. Tony tried to talk his way out of it. Claimed it was a misunderstanding, that he was just checking on me. Ray nearly broke the door frame from gripping it too tight. You're lucky I believe in the justice system, Ray muttered, because my first instinct was to bury you. Tony was arrested within 24 hours. The footage, the voice recordings, the messages, my journal, they painted a full picture. It turned out he had a record. Nothing major, just sealed juvenile stuff and an incident in another state he forgot to mention. But it was enough to get the authorities moving fast. My mom was in shock. For a while, she didn't know whether to believe me or not. But when she heard the audio, saw the video, she broke down. She begged me for forgiveness. I gave it, not because she deserved it, but because I needed peace. Tony's employer fired him. His face was on every local news channel for a week. Stepfather arrested for attempted assault was the headline. In court, he tried to cry, claimed mental illness, childhood trauma, the works. The judge wasn't having it. He got 6 years. I hear he's not doing too well in prison. Even inmates have their own rules, and men like him are at the bottom of the chain. My uncles stayed close, moved me and Mom into a better home, away from that nightmare. Therapy became part of my life, and slowly, the shadows that haunted me began to fade. My mom never dated again. Not seriously. I think part of her is still dealing with the guilt, but we've rebuilt our relationship. Slowly. Carefully. As for me, I graduated. I speak publicly about abuse survivors now. I help girls who were once like me, afraid to speak up, afraid no one would believe them. A year after the trial, Uncle Ray and I stood outside the old house. "Want to burn it down?" he joked. "Tempting," I smiled, "but I've already lit him on fire where it matters." We didn't burn it, but we did tear down the bedroom door. Symbolically, it felt right. Tony thought he had power over me. He thought my silence was submission. But I wasn't alone. I had warriors in my corner. He tried to break me, but in the end, he broke himself. Like and subscribe and share if this happened to you or someone you know.